Oh, hey, I'll talk to you later. I'll have to be, I'll have to call you back. Please be patient. Hmm. Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Angelica. I am deaf, and we are here to celebrate DAW. DAW. Oh my goodness, what is that? What is that smell? Um, oh no. Oh my goodness, what has happened? I am dressed as Wednesday. Oh no. What has happened? Why am I dressed like this? And today, on Friday the 13th, no, I cannot believe this. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Deaf Awareness Week, DAW. Today, we are going to be telling stories. And are you guys ready to be scared? So long, long ago, when I was just a little girl, my family and I were Mexican. And so my grandparents, so we lived right here in this house, and then my grandparents lived not too far, and we loved to party and our friends, and we'd love to go to each other's houses. So then we're having a good time, we're socializing, we're dancing, and then we see these windows and it's dark, and we're peeking through and we're looking through, and I'm trying to budge the window to see if I can go through, see if I can enter one. And then finally, one window slides open. I'm terrified. I'm shaking. I'm tapping her and I'm like, should we go? And of course, she responds, no, we're fine. Let's go through this. Come on, we can do this. So we climb in through the window and it is dark. I felt like I was blind. I couldn't see a thing. Nothing in front of me. I'm putting my arms out to see if there's something that I can feel. Walking through the house, what do I do? And I thought I felt something touch me. And then I thought felt something touch me again. And then there's bird. Was it maybe a bird flying? I have no idea. But still, I'm feeling around, trying to see if there's something, but there's nothing. So then we crawl back out the window. My friend crawls out, says there's nothing. We're all good. Slide the window closed. I climb back out. And so I'm trying to listen. There's wind howling, and I'm scared. I can hear it. So we leave, we take off running, and we're searching, we're looking. Nothing. Hmm. Oh well. So then there's my parents' house. I see my mom. I'm like, Mom, guess what? You know that house that's supposed to be scary and haunted? And she was like, the scary house? That one? I'm like, yep, it's funny, but scary. Oh, I don't know. I couldn't hear anything. So yeah, that's my story. Okay, next. Okay, I would like to ask you guys something. Oh, let me fix my Wednesday hair. would like to ask? Gabriel, if you could introduce yourself. Hello, everybody. My name is Gabriel. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys my story from my parents. They're hearing. So there's myself and then my sibling, and the oldest is hearing. When I was about 1 years old, my parents were studying Spanish. And so it was just a long story. Long story short. Oh, I have a question to ask you. So Angelica says, what was your experience like? Oh, and then Gabriel proceeds to say, I was actually a little bit terrified. We were driving home and it was raining and we were driving and there was, three paths. So this last path seemed fine. And then we were driving, we just felt the car like shift and we were like, what is happening? And then we felt a huge semi truck drive right past us. It was a 3-lane road and it was raining hard. And then the semi truck drove right past us and we had to swerve out of the way. Wow, that is extremely dangerous. You guys could have easily been in an accident. Wow. Yeah, it was scary. Wow, that is a scary story. Do you have any other scary stories? Let me see. I think long ago when I first moved here to the US in Alaska, um, there was these there was this one week where we were driving. Um, we're helping a friend. It was beautiful, so many trees. And then in Alaska, you guys know the sun actually never sets. So it's typically sunset throughout the evening. And then of course my car breaks down. So what do? I had no cell service. I couldn't call anybody. And the sun then started to go down. So my friend and we just started walking. And it was dark and there were so many trees. And that we were so scared because what if there was bears? And then, of course, I'm deaf and my friend's hearing, so we're just going together and we're walking and we're walking about 20 minutes, my goodness. And then finally we arrive into this like working area. And so we felt so much more relieved, but we were so scared. We had no idea what would happen. It was dark. It started to get dark. Angelica says, wow, you guys are so lucky. You guys maybe get a computer and type, communicate with somebody that way. Gabriel says, I have no idea. Wow, you guys are lucky. You're really lucky you had your hearing friend with you. Who would have known? Yeah. Wow, I'm happy you're here. Ooh, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, this is my sign name with a G hand shape above the head. Lisa, do you mind introducing yourself? Hello, hello. Hi. Good morning, right? Yeah, good morning. It's about 9. Awesome. That is so great. Can you introduce yourself and where are you from? So I am from China and my name is Ting Zhao. Ting Zhao. Do you have a sign name at all? Yes. Owl handshake by the edge of my smile. Oh my goodness. Well, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm curious, what's your story? What's a scary story that you have? What is your experience growing up um, about a scary story that you can share with us? So let me see. Let's see. Okay, so one time when I was younger, I was growing up and I was in the kitchen and I was cooking and I could just, I don't know what was happening, but I could just feel something move past me or like touch me. And I thought, oh, maybe it's a family member. Like, hey, who's home? And then I look back and there's nobody there. It's empty. I thought, okay, never mind. Maybe I'm just wrong. Whatever. So I continue cooking. And then again, two more times, I feel something tap me, somebody touching me. And I look right behind me and I thought, okay, first time, whatever. Second time, okay, that's a little weird. And third time, whoa, I was frightened. I just now kept looking over my shoulder, thinking somebody's always here. What's touching me? I'm at home alone and I'm just constantly looking past me, looking past every wall, every corner of my house. It was just really scary and I was frightened and I was like, okay, how do I calm down? Like I'm home alone. I'm deaf too. I can't hear anything. What if somebody tries to break in? So yeah, that was pretty serious. Did you want me to add more? Angelica says, yeah, of course you can add more. Are you thinking maybe it was like a spirit or a ghost? Like, oh my goodness, it's so scary. I'd be terrified thinking, oh my goodness, there's a spirit in here. But I'm glad it was relieved. Thank you for your story. Do you have any other stories or experiences that you would love to share? Yeah, I was scared one night. We were on vacation and I was just terrified and I kept looking down and I was scared and had to move slow. I was blinded by the night because it was so dark. And I was searching around in the night. And of course, I'm deaf and I'm a woman and I'm scared and I'm alone and it's night. All these thoughts are racing through my head. It was, constantly looking up or people were constantly coming up to me, and I just had to decide. And then always busy. And I felt like, my hair was in my face. And then lastly, there was like this black, you know, cover. And I'm not sure. Wait, stop, please. No, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're fine. Kicking all of those things out. Yes, I am glad I'm fine. Whew. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Hi. iPad, would you like to introduce yourself? There we go. Sorry. You're live. You're here. Thank you for being here today. Can you introduce yourself, please? And where are you from? So, my name is Clara, and I am from South America. Okay. All right. It's your turn. Tell us about this scary experience you've had. Okay. So one day, my friend and I, we decided to, we're just talking, we're chatting, we're discussing things. We're enjoying ourselves. We're just hanging out, chillaxing. And I don't know how, but like the lights, they started to flicker. And then we're kind of looking around and we thought maybe it's because there's a thunderstorm, or just, I don't know. They're just starting to go in and out, in and out. And we're kind of like, what is happening? So we're like, okay, okay. So then my friend and I thought maybe that's from a spirit around us. And we're like, oh no, no way. We left the room. We don't play with that. No, thank you. Nope. Oh my goodness. Angelica says that gives me the chills. It's so scary. Oh my goodness. That is so scary. How did that even happen? Did you maybe have like a family member recently passed away? Oh, that was a really long time ago. Yeah, I think so. Wow. Woo, gave me the goosebumps all the way up. I'm happy you're here. Now I'm starting to get freaked out in my own house, looking behind me, looking over my shoulders. I hope nothing's there, crossing my fingers. Okay, thank you. You have any other stories? No, no, no. That was it. That was it. Please, please. No, no, that was it for me. Okay, fine. Thank you for your story. Okay, next. Hello again. I'm curious. Um, did you like move here with your family? Where in America did you decide to settle down? By myself. My family didn't come with me. And so I was a student studying. Oh, okay. So you're a student. How do you feel about America and China? How are they the same? How are they different? Oh my goodness. Ting says that they're so different, different cultures. America is, oh, I'm actually curious. Do you know like how America's empowerment is they're supportive and and that's great and I'm lucky for myself, but I'm deaf and so my experience in America has been that there's been a lot of things and so yeah, it's been a good experience. Very, very lucky, very, very fortunate. Well, I'm happy you moved back here to America and excited for you to meet and learn and all the different experiences that you'll get to have. Do you mind telling me a little bit about China and your experience there? So in the spring, so yes, I'm deaf. And so I went to a residential school for the deaf, but all the teachers and they were hearing and there was some sign, but not the kind of exposure that was really empowering to deaf individuals that I really wanted and craved. And but here in America, it's different compared to China and the requirements and supporting deaf people and encouraging deaf people and are they equal and that equal access. And then moving here to America, it gave me all of that and encouraged me and empowered me and made me feel much more confident. Your experience in China and then your experience in America, they're very different, right? So now I'm just curious. Um, so your sign language, did you learn Chinese sign language or American sign language? Oh, okay. So you know both. I'm curious. Can you show me anything? So sign how in American Sign Language is like this, and then in Chinese, it would be signed like this. What about your welcome? How would you sign your welcome? Yeah, it's kind of the same. Sometimes depends on context a little bit. It's like, oh, you're welcome like this, or but really more context on how you're saying you're welcome. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for teaching me Chinese Sign Language. That's awesome. Here's a sign for thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, next. Who do we've got? Gabriel. Wait, 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 wait. Oh, I don't know exactly what happened. Oh, maybe they'll come back. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it's Friday the 13th. I forgot. Did you forget about me? No, 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 no. I got so scared. I was sweating. I started to get anxious, panicking. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. Please introduce yourself. Where are you from? And what is a scary experience or story that you would love to share with us? It's fine. It's fine. I forgive you. So, this is my sign name. I am Mexican, so I have one story that I think is fascinating. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys. So I myself am deaf, and my friend, so she's hard of hearing. So she can hear a little bit, not fully hearing and lives in a hearing world. No, 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 just partially hearing. So she happened to just be busy. And so then she arrived and she was just so tired and she went to sleep. And so, we were just ready. Her and I were roommates. So then I just feel something tapping on me. And then she's tapping on me saying, I hear something. I hear the shower. So she said, do you mind checking it? I said, fine, sure. So I told her I'll be right back. So then I go to the bathroom, which is just across the hall. I open the door, shocked. The shower was actually on. Angelica says, wait, are you serious? And I was like, okay. So I thought maybe, I don't know, there's just some problem, right? So whatever, I turned it off. I look around, everything's clear, everything's good. All right, turn the lights off, go back to bed. And then again, she's tapping me. Hello, the shower is on, the shower's on. Oh, I get out of bed, I open the door. No way. Are you serious? Are you actually kidding me right now? The shower is on again. So then I start thinking, I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll take care of it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, I can't really hear it, so I don't really care. So then, she couldn't sleep because she could hear it, and it's pretty loud hearing the water running. So again, I turned it off. I said, don't worry. You're all good. Jump back in bed. And then my roommate says, wait, then I start to realize, wait, it's so cold. Why is it so cold? And then the the doors open. I got the chills and I got the goosebumps all the way up my arm. And she's like, hello. And then my roommate comes again. Hello, the shower is on again. So then I go to the door and guess what? The bathroom door is locked. It's locked. I was like, who has the key? Hello. Okay, come on. I know who it is. I know somebody who has the key so we can unlock it. But I'm curious, how did that door even lock in the first place? Whew. And then it got cold. And then all night. And then we were just curious and we're thinking, we're wondering, what does that even look like? And then the next morning, again, the shower, it's on. And I'm thinking, like, how did that happen overnight? So then we leave. And then we thought it was finished. And then the next day, nothing happened from here on out until one person tapped me and they were talking. And so we were sitting there and we're like, sure. And let me know about the shower. And yeah, remember that shower story that I was talking about the shower being on? Whew. I honored my home after that. But yeah, that was just my story. Wow, that was crazy. Were you curious about where the shower turned on from? Like how did that happen? And then she's like, I actually have no idea. Like she's the one that can hear it. I couldn't hear it. If she wouldn't have let me know, I would have never known. Wow. My eyes would have been bulging out of my head. But I mean, it never happened again. So that was it. One and done. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Do you have any other stories or experiences you want to share? Yeah, I'm saving it. I'm saving it. I got to be equal. I got to be fair. No problem. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Don't forget me again. I'm watching you. Watching who? Watching who? Okay, okay. Wow, let's see, let's see, let's see. Dang, you finished. Gabriel, you finished. Let's see. Hi, Gabriel. Hi again. Nice to see you again. Likewise. So I'm curious. I wanted to ask you, you moved from Mexico, right? And so your sign language, is it Mexican Sign Language or, what is it? What's the context of your communication with your family? So yeah, we moved when I was about 1 years old and I didn't know any sign. I was verbally communicating in Spanish. And then in elementary school, and then middle school, and then high school, and then I graduated college. I still grew up there with speech, speaking Spanish, and it was hard. And then at 18, I met somebody who was deaf and they signed, and I was so curious. And so I learned, I studied, and so I studied and I really picked up the language and I got some of it and I understood and I really liked it. I love the visuals. I love how it's a visual language and I was so curious and it's different. So yeah, growing up, like 4 years later, I was visiting in that area and the pay, oh my goodness, was very, very little for deaf workers. The pay was so scarce. It was so, so small. And so then that's when I moved out here to America so that I can work and get equal pay and live a better life. That's the truth. That's exactly why I moved here. And so I've been living here close to 20 years and I liked it and I picked up on some things here and there. The Mexican culture is very different from the American culture. It's different, but still, I'm still learning and it's still very, very different. So I'm curious, what do you like better about, America, or do you like both the same? So what I like here about America, I put in that hat, and I love working 9 to 5 every day. And I love the weather. It's so warm and the family. I really like that America's different. Everything's set up differently, and I can look around, just do whatever. I love the deaf culture too. It's warm and welcoming and inviting and caring. My family loves me and they have a lot to love. And oh my goodness, my mom, just so thankful for her because she is such a hard worker. And my dad's side of the family, my dad's side of the family is all deaf, and my mom's side of the family is all hearing. And so they've included me and taken me in, and things have been great. And then later on, a friend of mine, we were growing up, we went to school together. She asked me, "Oh, you're deaf. You can't hear. There's no equal." And I thought, huh, okay, okay. So yeah, growing up was nice. There was great support from my family. It was beautiful. And then that big Mexican family, what kind of life did you have? And yeah, that life in Mexico was very, very different. It was different, of course. Financially, money, like yeah, I have it, and then compared to not having any money. So yeah, that was very different. The financial support and that increase in development was there. So yeah, very different. And I wish that deaf individuals had access to equal work and equal pay in Mexico. It is so one-sided. Yeah, that's Angelica says, yeah, that's really the whole world. It's the language and the support. sometimes we just feel alone or the emotion or we need that support from our family or friends to help us and we can teach them and we can impact them. And so yeah, I totally understand your world. And yeah, the American culture is super different. I wanted to ask you, how do you communicate with your parents verbally and in Spanish? Later on, my mom, about maybe 4 or 5 years later, she moved to America. And so, yeah, she stayed. And then we met a friend who's also deaf, and my mom is hearing. And so they would sign, and then my mom would only, use English. And so they weren't going to know how to communicate. And so my mom started to learn a little bit later on. She would pick it up, some signs here and there. But yeah, it was good. Like, basic signs. It's good or a thumbs up. But she started to pick it up more and more and then started to learn sign. Because long ago when I learned sign, I would show her the word and then sign it or finger spell it or cheap, oh, a little bit of money. No, 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 no. What I mean is like it's really cheap, or food, so growing up, I was speaking Spanish and then some things would be different. I would gesture to my mom and sign it so that it was clear and that there was that visual access to it. Yeah, so it was really, really different. Angelica says that's so interesting. Things like cheap or food. And then that third one, you said it was tough communicating, right? And Gabriel says, yeah, the signs weren't always the most clear. Angelica says, wow, yeah, I'm glad you're signing and that, you're part of your family, both hearing and deaf. Wow. You have two brothers, you said, you're right? Yeah, I'm the oldest, and then there's two after me. So this one was with you, right? In that story that you told? Yeah, so my brothers communicate verbally or through, online and texting and things like that. And so it was important, family where we would communicate, we would type on our phones, and that was also really important to us. We cared about that. Yeah, I can totally understand why you would cherish your family and being connected to them. Absolutely. I agree. And then here in America, Gabriel says, um, we connect through online or through Zoom. Hey, how's it going? How are you? And we'll gesture. It's really, really important for me to stay connected. It honestly encourages me and uplifts me being connected with my family. And so your family's from Mexico, right? And so they would use which language to communicate with you, considering ASL. Yeah. Gabriel says, well, yeah, we would use Spanish to communicate. Angelica says, wow, that's interesting. It's so awesome that you're able to know both languages and communicate like that. Happy to meet you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on. Wait, 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 wait. I have something to inform you about. One person just informed me about a story. Would you guys like to see the story? Wait, who? Who? Yes, please let me know. Please let me know. Absolutely. Okay, I am so excited to share it with you guys. You guys ready? Let me bring up the story. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, who's ready? Okay, I just sent you, I believe, the video. Okay, give me 1 second. So, long ago, when I was a little girl, my mother and I, the two of us, wanted to go shopping. Yeah, there's lots of stores all down this road. So I went looking for a doll. It was a specific kind of doll. It was a figurine kind of doll. The beautiful one with the purple dress and the perfect hat, but I was looking for that specific one. And so I told my mom, yeah, I want that specific dress. I don't want any other one, any other doll besides that specific one. The purple dress and the perfect hat. Okay, so then little girl and her mother go walking around, looking, shopping around, searching for dresses, and the little girl is so eagerly looking for that doll. And then they come across the most perfect store, shelves and rows filled with different kinds of dolls. There's bears, there's cute little soldier dolls, and the most beautiful dolls. And the little girl is filled with so much excitement. She points at her mom, 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 we have to go into the store. Dragging her mother in, she goes into the store. And there's a woman there at the cash register. And the little girl is running back and forth through the aisles of shelves and shelves and shelves and rows filled with so many different kinds of dolls. And the little girl is screaming, oh my goodness, running around back and forth through the store. The mom's standing there just watching her daughter go back and forth. And then, of course, she starts yelling, Mother! So the mom runs over and what's wrong? She's like, I found it. I found the perfect doll. Please, mom, we have to buy it. Please, please, please. You have to buy it for me. So then they see it's at the top shelf and it's the perfect figuring doll, you know, the purple one with the beautiful dress and the perfect hat tilted just sideways. And it was beautiful. So the mother tells her daughter, you want that one? Yes, please, mom, please. That's fine, but you have to be careful with it. I will. I promise. Please, 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 please. So the mother gets the doll. And as she's holding it, it looks a bit interesting. It is almost like the eyes are following her. Every time she moves the box, the eyes stay right on the mother. The mother looks at the daughter. Are you sure you want this? The daughter says, please, 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 please. Yes, I am so sure. Okay, fine. So they walk up to the cash register. And the woman at the cash register, hi, how are you guys? Are you guys ready? And then suddenly she looks at the doll and her face changes. Are you sure you want this one? The woman at the cash register says, yes, please, please, please. She grunts and says, fine, but that'll be $50. I do have to warn you though, you can't play with this doll past 9 o'clock. It is important. It is forbidden. The mom and the daughter look at each other and give a strange look. Yeah, sure, whatever. Here's my money. Let's go. The woman at the cash register was so eagerly and so nervous, like, I am so serious. Please do not play with this doll past 9. So both the mom and daughter said, sure, fine, whatever. And then they went home. And so then they went home. And then they decided, hey, it's time to eat dinner. So they finished dinner around 7. The girl immediately went to go play with her dolls. She sets up a tea party. She's handing out little teacups and enjoying and having so much fun with them. The mom's watching the daughter from the couch, reading her book. My daughter is so sweet. So she says, so it's now 8 o'clock and she's still playing with her doll. And now it's 8:59. And the mother tells the daughter, hey, it's bedtime soon. 5 more minutes, please, 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 the daughter says. Sure, fine. 5 more minutes. And then it's time for bed. All right, it's time for bed now. Let's go. It's like, yeah, sure. But what about my doll? Oh, and then she remembered that the woman at the cash register had said to not play with it past 9. But the mother thought, whatever, maybe she's just being paranoid. It's time to go put it away, she thought. So the daughter's room and the mom's room are right across in the hall from each other. So they go upstairs together as it's time for bed. They entered the daughter's room and decide to put the doll on the 5th shelf. Daughter has 5 shelves in her room, and they put the new doll at the very top. The daughter so eagerly in bed looking at her brand new doll that they just bought that day. Good night, mom. Good night, daughter. They both said, I love you. So the mother leaves to her room. So then she could hear her mom go into her room, close the door, turn off the lights. She's getting snuggled all up, ready and for bed. And so it's dark and she's laying in bed, about to fall asleep when suddenly she hears a weird noise. and thought maybe it's coming from the shelves. Hmm. So so the little girl looks up at the shelves, but it's so dark. I can't see she couldn't see a thing, not even a figure in the shadows. And then suddenly she hears a small, faint voice that says, I'm on the fifth shelf. The little girl starts to hear another voice, and it says, I'm on the fourth shelf. The little girl holds the covers over her head, and here's another voice that says, I'm on the third shelf. And then I'm on the second shelf. And the little girl is crying underneath the covers. I'm on the floor. The little girl eagerly looks up at the floor. There's nothing there. And then here's a faint voice. I'm at the doorway. I'm in the hallway. And then the little girl hears faint, tiny little footsteps. I'm in your mother's room. And then her mom's room opens. The little girl's panicking under the covers. What do I do? What's happening? I'm on your mother's bed. You have no mommy. The little girl's panicking. Her heart is pounding a million miles a minute. There's no response. And then she yells for her mom. Mom, there's no response. I'm in the hallway. I'm in the doorway. The little girl panicking, pulling the covers on from over her head. I'm on your bed. They hear faint little footsteps. And then the girl says, I see you.
Wow, that was so scary. That was wonderful. Just waiting, hearing, hearing the voice. Such a scary story. I want more. Darn. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to ask the three of you, what is really important about Deaf Awareness Week that if you could summarize it, could you explain why you feel that Deaf Awareness Week is important? Hmm. Maybe I'll pick someone. Gabriel? Gabriel? Hello? Hello again. Hello. I'm just curious. What do you think is special or important about Deaf Awareness Week, DAW? Do you have a story that you would like to share? Throughout Deaf Awareness Week, there have been many events, different topics that we've discussed, things that are important to us. And I think the most important thing is that we show that deaf people can. We can do art, we have games, we have families, and we all come together. We see these hearing people in the same sort of interactions, but where is the place for the deaf people as well? So it's nice to have that Deaf Awareness Week to spread that information to our other fellow hearing community. Yes, there's a lot to learn from Deaf Awareness Week. Like, what do deaf people do? What are they like? Thank you for sharing your perspective, your view on this. And now, shh, shh, ah, hello. Oh, you're here. So good. So I'm just wondering, what do you feel is important about Deaf Awareness Week? I think it's good that people are exposed to deaf culture. They can see that deaf people can work, they can teach ASL, they have their own families, they grow up together. That exposure to deaf people's lives can really show that, yes, deaf people can. We can do anything that hearing people can. We're just deaf. The only thing that we can't do is hear. But that doesn't prevent us from being able to do anything else. That's right. That's 100% right. Sure, we can't hear. Not all of us can talk. Some of us can. Still, it doesn't prevent you from living your life and you saying, I can't, I can't, I can't. No, we can. Oh, and also discussing residential schools. America has quite a bit of residential schools all across the country. And we also have a deaf university, Gallaudet University, in fact. Wow, I didn't quite know that about how many residential schools there are. There's 300 of them? Well, there's one university. I think maybe there's truly 85 deaf residential schools, but that was maybe 13, 16 years ago. But it's good. We still have quite a few within our community. I think we have two in California. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure two in California. Yeah. So where did you learn and go and have your education? It was at a residential school. Yes. So anything that you want to add about the country that you're from? So it says, where am I from? So I moved here and I used to live in an area that had few deaf people, but it wasn't very, like, sure, there was a school there for deaf people. There was a residential school for deaf and blind, and we were kind of mixed together in one school. We learned how to work, we learned how to do our ABCs. We didn't have a bus. I'm sorry, interpreter support, please. So the school didn't really teach us much about deaf culture in and of itself. But after we graduated, there wasn't any real discussion about going to college. So I just went into house cleaning. I would work with friends and family. I'd socialize with them. I was kind of isolated from knowing about deaf culture. I didn't know too much about it until I was out in the world. It was interesting. Now we have Facebook, social media. There's a lot more connection with deaf people now. because of all these different programs that exist. And email also, that was a good invention that assisted in progressing communication with deaf people, between deaf people. Right, and understand way back then to now, we didn't have that kind of technology, and a lot of people didn't know about deaf people in general. But now the knowledge of deafness and the deaf community is growing. And the world is changing. A lot of changes have happened. Yeah, they're good changes. So in 2008 or 2007, I moved here. Do you miss home? Yeah, I miss home. My family's there. Right. Here in California, there's work that I can do versus there wasn't a lot of jobs that I could have done. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to move to this area. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Now we're moving on to Lisa, or sorry, Elle. Were you here Wednesday? Yes, I was here Wednesday. Oh, I'm Wednesday Adams.
Of course I'm real. You can pinch my skin. Look at that. I am a real person. Okay, so now I wanted to share with you guys one more story. It's pretty interesting, or I wanted to ask you guys a question. So there is somebody who made a comment online and they said that there's a lot of visual gestures and sign, in that experience. And so they wanted to make a point that it's really important because we can't hear, it makes a difference for us and then the family and the education and the people. So yeah, that is a really good point that they wanted to make. Now it is 6:53, 2 more minutes, and then we will take a break. Yes.
Oh, but I want more. I want to stay. Please, please, please.
No, we'll come back. And at 7:10, we'll take a break, and then after that, we will return.
Okay.
We need a break. We need a break. It is important. We have to go to the bathroom for Deaf Awareness Week.
But we will have more, right? We will see more?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we will. Absolutely.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I will upload it soon for the deaf events today, next week on Wednesday. So I am excited for very, very different events that are going to be happening about deaf culture, about Deaf Awareness Week. So
Ooh,
it's
thank
all
you.
so, so exciting. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So enjoy your guys' break. We will come back at 7:10.
See you soon.
Enjoy your break. Enjoy your break, everybody.
Hello. Is everyone back? Ooh, I'm pretty excited to start. Anyone else have a story to share? Hello. So I just had a thought that has been on my mind, and you're just the person. Person for what exactly? For a story. Let me see. No, it's a little late for my brain. Darn. That's fine. Okay. Hmm. Well, we do have a story from another person. They're not here, but I want to share it with you all. All right, let me pull that up. Are you all ready? It's going to be a story from another group, okay? I don't know if it's going to be scary or maybe just a little bit scary. We'll see. Oh, the person who is going to be telling the story is a man, and he experienced the story himself with his family. It's about spicy food. So this man, he ate the food and it was
So
really spicy.
typically, so when he was eating, his food would typically tend to be a little bit spicy. And in the Mexican culture, it translated into being more emotional or being angry. So the more spicier that your food was, it meant the more anger that you had. And so all of that emotion was bottled up and inside, and it was spicy and it was hot, and it was like, whew, all right. So his mother always made a lot of spicy food, specifically salsa. You
Salsa
know,
chips, like people eat in Mexico, the salsa and chips. So his mom would always make that, make it 3, 4, 5 times so spicy as you would expect, as it would normally be. Top notch. And the mother, she put all her emotions into it, and then you could taste it. It's very interesting. And the husband, well, he wasn't really a fan of it. He was kind of neutral. Let's see.
you know the cross in front of the church. You know the altar that's in front of it. And then the rosemary that they have. You know the people that are praying in front of it. So I do remember a while back, I think maybe a year ago. It was at midnight. Oh, for New Year's Eve, and then it was midnight. So in the Mexican culture, the Mexican family, they typically will hold an empty suitcase, nothing in it. There's no clothes, no shoes, no personal belongings. None of that is in there. Toothbrush, nothing of that sort. It's just an empty suitcase, and that is it. So then when the time stroke 12 for midnight for New Year's Eve, they would start to celebrate, and everybody would be running around, celebrating, running through the streets with that empty suitcase. And so the reason for that was that now this year their hope is to travel and be ready to to visit that one dream vacation that they've always imagined going. So that was the reasoning behind celebrating and carrying the empty suitcases. So, one year when we're celebrating, yay, we're so excited. That family vacation we've always dreamt of going. We're gonna go. We have to do it. And then the third and final one. So there's this old story about an egg, rubbing an egg on a baby's head. And so they would get an egg and they would rub the egg on the baby's head, and then they would believe that they would be cleansing the baby's body and mind of the spirit, and they would cleanse it out. They would be eliminating it from the body, releasing it of any dark spirits that the baby could possibly have. And asking Jesus for help, and just praying for that. And so that started so many years ago. Is there anybody else?
It was started in Aztec culture, I believe. It was the way that people would believe that medicine could heal them through prayer. It was called churanto. And so they would pray and pray and pray and say, please remove this spirit from the body, move the bad spirits from the baby so the baby could be pure within itself. And that was one of the beliefs. And that happened for many, many generations. A lot of Mexican families and Catholic families still do this. And some families have broken the tradition, but many still continue to do it today. Or sometimes they would put the egg in water, and then they would drink that water. And they would believe that that would remove any of the negative energies within themselves. Or they would believe that if bird poop fell on them, that, oh, I'm lucky. That's a lucky thing to happen. So they feel all their worries just melt away from having a bird poop on them.
So all three of those things included crossing yourself when you're passing by a church.
There was a grandmother, and the husband said there are people who say that black cats, women say that they can't be near babies. And if they did cross paths with a black cat, grandma would say, oh, you need to get that egg, you need to cleanse yourself. But many people today see them as pets. So anyways, if a husband had a purse or a bag,
They considered it bad luck to be putting a purse or a bag on the floor. It was not a good idea because then they believed that then you would have financial struggles if a purse was put on the bag. So don't ever put your purse on the bag, or you want to put it on the couch or a chair or anything, because then it could affect you and your finances. So those are so funny.
oh, and if the bag does touch the floor and causes problems, how do you make the problems go away? Or if you work for a business or anything like that, it could influence those things. It could cause a lot of problems within your work life. So that was some of the reasons why they believed that. It is an interesting belief.
Yeah, so some people do believe this, some people don't. I'm pretty neutral about it, but what do you guys think? Gabriel?
Hello.
Hello.
What do you think about that story, those different beliefs that Mexican culture has. Do you think some of them are true? Do you believe in them, or do you think they're made up? What do you think about it? Maybe they're true?
So yeah, I think that in the Mexican cultures, there's different variations of that belief. I personally don't think so. I grew up um, really just, with my family. We cared a lot about each other, and
Mhm.
we believed that, we're all together. My mom, my dad, the kids were all together, and that was really important. And so, when we got together and then the food and we would, interact in those sort of ways. And so I did think, yeah, for Christmas, traditionally, that holiday vacation, we would get together,
Yes, I love it.
but America, it's so different. Everybody travels, they all leave. Yeah, but not the Mexican culture. We definitely will come together for Christmas. So yeah, we'll have the party and then we'll eat, different events. There's different kind of foods, different sweets, desserts, chocolate, coffee, lots of, warm food or hot chocolate even. So yeah, that's my hope. And then I also think that um, up north, they study different foods and different tastes, and I would love to travel up there and try those different things and taste different things. But all good.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm super eager for that. All of it. I want to try it all.
Now I want to try it. That sounds like fun.
Do
Delicious.
you have any other questions?
Oh, maybe later. Let's move on to somebody else. Thank you so much for your answer. See you
Bye,
later,
Clara.
Clara. Hello.
Hi.
Perfect. So, what do you think about the stories that the person said about the Mexican culture and their beliefs, about pregnancy as well, the black cats? You're from a different country, right? Or is it the same there?
No, I moved here when I was about 6 years old, and so I don't really know. I don't really know anything about that.
You grew up, can you explain just a little bit on how you grew up before you moved to America?
Okay, so let me see. So we have a really big family, for Christmas. Um, hmm. Yeah, I did grow up in a different country. Our family would all come together, we would eat together. Um, different family members. There's a lots of crackers and lots of different family members coming together and just eating, socializing, being with each other. But I'm here. I'm here with my family now, and it's nice. And we come together. Being from a different country, your friend or your neighbor, they'd all come over and they'd all eat together. Everybody's invited. Everybody's welcome. But yeah, that was a little bit of my experience.
Oh, that's a wonderful experience to share food with your neighbors and see those different types of cultures come together.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, in that country, in the farm. It was mostly like the farm areas and
Mhm.
like the farm workers. And so yeah, all of those neighbors that we would all come to one house and come together.
And now that how you're here, you say it's nice as well. It's a different community, but it's still nice, right? All right. Thank you so much for your answer, and I will see you later. Let's see.
Hi, hi. Hello again. Nice to see you again. Hi.
So I just want to hear a little bit about what you think. Do you believe in them? Do you think they're bad? There's curse or anything? But what are your beliefs on these kinds of things in your culture?
So I'm from China, right? And so
You have beliefs about luck, right? The Chinese New Year and then the differences between uh, America and China have different beliefs on what's good luck and bad luck, right? So what is your experience on that?
yeah, I mean, yeah, so in China, and then there's the Mexican culture. Sometimes there can be similarities like about how much we care about our families. We care about our families and we come together. So yeah, that's kind of the similarity, but there are some differences. Let me think. So yeah, the hearing family and you know coming together, but each year getting to see them, and so but it's a different language, and so because I'm deaf and I know a different language, and I sometimes can sit there and but they respect it, but once a year.
Right. Let's see. In China, let's do people let's see. They have any beliefs where a problem could happen or bad luck could happen if something occurs?
Something, let's see. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
that's
sorry.
okay. That's totally fine. Anything happened to your friends or family
My
that had any
friends?
bad luck happen to them?
My friends? What?
Bad luck.
Oh, bad luck, bad luck. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, bad luck or just something that happened that was strange that you felt, oh, that's weird. I don't know how to feel about that. Something like that.
For like deaf or hearing people or
Yeah,
for
for deaf.
deaf, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. Me and my deaf friends, we'll just let each other know. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Nothing really, I guess I had to share about that.
Darn, I was hoping that you knew something about that kind of culture and the bad luck. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
I
okay
mean,
though.
my experience has been good though, so really that's kind of it.
All right, perfect.
Yay.
Well,
Hello, 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 hello.
it's you again. What do you want?
It's not for me, it's for the audience. And they want a story.
Okay.
So there's a person who has a story, and we are going to go ahead and read it. So we are going to read about superstitions, about black cats, and whether they are good luck or bad luck, and whether they bring good luck or bad luck to us. Everyone has their own superstitions or beliefs for that, personal person. Um, Howard socks, or just kind of different kinds of things. I could go down the list of so many. There's so many of them. So yeah, those are other people's superstitions.
Interesting. Hmm.
You have anything to share?
I'm not quite sure about that kind of stuff. I've heard different things.
Anybody else want to share anything? Okay, so now moving on. I
All
have a
right.
question for you. There's another person who just joined. Let's see. Why do we?
Omens. Believe in omens. Are they good luck or bad luck?
So, do you want to
And
share? What do you think about that? Whether that's good luck or bad luck? Omens. Bad, good luck.
well, I know
Come
the
on,
show
guys. You could
omens.
please feel free to share. We want to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, definitely. Please share.
We can wait for more people to add. Or I can add 1 point myself. That's fine. Okay. So myself, I'm Mexican. My parents, the both of them, they're Mexican as well. So they're both strong, My dad stayed here in America, but I go to Mexico often. Okay, so I do discuss with my hearing parents about, the government, the Mexican government and the American government, and how are they the same, and why my family. So I was born here, and then, oh, my interpreter is losing connection.
So I was born hearing but became deaf later on, and understand that they were tempted to do what exactly? So in Mexico, they believe that I was marked, and that's why I became deaf. So some of my family blamed my parents, like, your kid was born this way, and then they became deaf. And, my other brothers and sisters weren't deaf, so they believed that parts of my family believed that if you were deaf, that means that you were marked to become deaf, like it was some kind of curse. So they thought I was cursed, but my parents didn't. They supported me. And, I had to sit there with myself and with my family and have a discussion and said, no, we deaf people are normal people. We're not cursed. We're not marked. It's just a different form of communication. It's a different culture. So I may not be able to hear, but I can still live my life. I can support myself. I can cherish myself and those who are around me who do cherish and support me. And so my parents, I had to discuss with them about deaf culture and different things like that I wasn't cursed or marked. But
Oh,
anyways,
and so now we have another story just popped up from YouTube. Hey, there's one person from it,
Italy.
Texas, or Italy, and they have a story to share. It was old school, and so it was a long time ago, and there was so from before they were born, which meant that before then, and so whatever happened before them was then bad.
They believed that if you sinned, that's how you became deaf. That if you were a sinner, or if your parents were sinners, then they became deaf. Oh, that's interesting that some families think that, oh, my kid is deaf, that means that other family members were sinning. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different, very important to communicate and teach.
Yes, thank you so much for the YouTube comments. Is there anything that you would like to share? Thank you for sharing your perspectives and stories from Italy and from Mexico. But please I would like to ask for one more and then we can end it for tonight.
Yes, yes, please, let's go.
Let's hear something from Clara. Hello.
Hi.
So, in your country, Peru, what kind of culture did they have there? I know that you moved here when you were around 6 years old, but before that, did your family ever explain to you the culture that came from your native country?
Wow.
Something like how you use sentences, signing.
Okay, yeah. So in that area, in that part of my country, um, yeah, we moved here, and so the country didn't have a lot of language. There wasn't a lot of that, um, especially for deaf people. And so I did meet a few deaf people finally, and we did set up that language for us, and we were so yeah, we would teach, ASL in Peru, and we would sign with each other. Some of it was gestures, some of it was through gestures as well. So yeah,
And you grew up going to school learning how to sign in Peru?
yes, yes. So yeah, I grew up deaf and just letting them know. And then, yeah, we could, and then we would move, and then we would go to that, and then we would go to school. Sometimes there would be a lot of trouble, but I would try to stay out of that. I would socialize with, my friends that were hearing, and I would try to use speech. And so we would just talk and we would speak, orally, and that's how we would communicate there.
My mom didn't feel comfortable with that. She thought, like, well, what do we do? She's deaf. Feels limiting that, she's only learning how to read lips and, through middle school and elementary school and high school. I was finished by 15 years old. I graduated, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of opportunities for education to go to college. There was not really a perfect way through in doing that. So we would sell food, various things like that. And that's how we made a living. So understand, I have a separate family that still lives in Peru. So my family did move here, but a lot of my family did stay. Were you scared when you moved here to America? No, I had no clue what was really going on, honestly. We just moved here and we started, I was around 7 that, went to school again. And, when I lived in Peru, there wasn't a lot of education for sign language until I moved to America. Around 12 years old was the time that I started wondering, my family that's back in Peru, they're not here. What's going on with that? My mom tried to explain to me simply that, they don't have good schooling there for deaf children. And so she really wanted to move to America so that I could have a good education. Because my family experienced before not being able to go to college or things like that. And she wanted a better life for me. So I understood.
So part of your life was moving to America, and you felt that moving to America, moving to this new country, how did you feel about that?
I didn't have too many feelings at the time because I was a kid, but when I moved to America, I started having more education and started having more of that communication. I really felt like my family truly loved me because of that.
Wow. Oh yeah, I wouldn't know anything. I wouldn't know much about that. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for that.
Sorry, I wanted to ask you something. Just a short answer. I wanted to ask you, let's see, I'm looking for it. Ah, I found it. What is your superstition, Wednesday Adams? Share something about your family.
Me? Oh, hmm. Oh, okay. It'll be a short comment.
Mhm.
Nothing. Nothing.
What? Nothing.
I have nothing to share. I'm joking. I'm joking. Nothing. Nothing about that. That's it.
I will say that I have a superstition about black spiders. Oh, that's interesting. So let's see. We have another story that we'd like to share. So, Deaf Awareness Week all across the world means for people very different things. People have varying perspectives, I'm sorry, on superstitions and their cultures and how that influences them. And they love their cultures and the cooperation between everyone. So deafness between cultures, we can see between that deaf culture is
Oh
linked between different countries.
yeah, I definitely understand how that happens.
We're all connected through culture every day.
Oh yeah, we'll share with hearing people and how that impacts, who? Everyone around us, staff people and people within the community.
Yep, we learn every day.
Yep, that's right, exactly.
So I have a question. Do any of you have a story to share? Please tell me. It's the last story. Come on.
Yes, please. Yes.
Maybe a scary story. We want to hear it.
Come on Wednesday.
It'll be the last one. And then we'll have another break. Okay? Okay. Hello, everyone. Right now, I'm going to share a story, and the topic is hands.
The hands.
The hands. Hmm. You know about the hand?
Maybe you guys know an old one, but I'm going to tell you this one.
So there were two people, and they were going to get married. They'd been together for many, many years, or they were married for many, many years. And one day, the wife, she left for work. What did the husband do? He waited and waited for his wife to come back home. It was agonizing how long he waited. But his wife couldn't be home. So the husband just stayed and thought to himself, I want to surprise my wife. She's been working so hard. I should do some
And I want to make
chores.
her I want to make her dinner.
So He started looking through the cookbooks, thinking, what am I going to make? What am I going to do? Ah, this is a perfect recipe, he said. So he started making it, cooking, put it in the oven, continued to wait. But something happened outside the window, through the blinds. It started raining, pouring. There was a storm. The wind was howling. And lightning struck multiple times. My husband thought, oh no, my wife, she's at work right now. I'm so worried about her. He thought to himself, so what am I going to do? So while the wife was at work, the wife worked at a clothing repair shop, a seamstress. She looked at the time. It was about 12 o'clock. I need to hurry home soon, around 5-ish. So she continued sewing and sewing until 1. She looked at the time, kept sewing, noticed, oh, a bit of rain. That's fine. She finished up her jobs that she needed to do for the day and started looking at what else she needed to do. By around 3, 4 o'clock, the rain had gotten heavier. The storm had gotten worse. Maybe just a little bit more. I'll just finish this last one, she said to herself. By the end, at 5 o'clock, it was more aggressive than it was before. Now there was lightning. How am I going to go home? She thought to herself. I didn't bring an umbrella. What do I do? So she grabbed what she could, her things that she did have. She got her keys, her bags, everything. She's like, okay, I'm going to prepare myself for the storm. She opens the door, runs to her car, gets into the car, trying to hold something over her head so the rain doesn't drench her completely. She gets in, tries to start the car, tries again. Oh, maybe it's too cold. Maybe it needs to just warm up. She kept trying and trying again. Finally, the engine started. Thank goodness. So she had to drive home carefully, though, because her house was up this winding hill. And at the top, there were trees everywhere. They were blowing in the wind. And as she's going around the winding road, trying not to veer off, being as careful as possible, the husband is out looking out the window at about 5 o'clock. Oh, dinner is just about ready. Everything is ready for her when she gets home. So he thinks maybe I'll meet her in the middle. So they both start driving towards each other.
And then what happens next was unbelievable. The biggest lightning bolt had struck a tree, and the tree fell in the middle of the road. The wife comes to a complete stop, pressing on her brakes. Her heart was pounding, and she thought, thank goodness.
Just
How am I going to get home though? The tree, I am going to be stuck. I'll have to walk around it.
and she knows, wait, there's something under near the tree. What is that? No, it's my husband's car. It's completely destroyed. She starts crying. What do I do? Where is he? But she couldn't find a body. But she could find his hands. They were cut off from the body. She started crying. Why today? I should have gotten home sooner. I should have done something different. She starts looking at the hands and putting them into a Ziploc bag from her lunch that she had saved. And she kept the hands for many, many years until the wife had become old, a crone needing a wheelchair going or rocking in her chair, still looking at the hands. They were on the shelf right above the fireplace, where she could see them. And on top, there were flowers near the hands. She still looked back at old pictures when they were married, when they were young and sweet. So she would sit in her rocking chair, knitting away. And she heard something. What's that? I thought I heard something, she said. Then she looked at the fireplace, or she heard someone say, "Where is my hands?" The hands were still on the fireplace, on the shelf above the fireplace. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I was just hearing things, she continued knitting. But again, she heard a second time, "Where is my hand?" But it was a little louder, a little bit more angry. She looks around, her eyes darting back and forth. Finally, she decides to get up. She walks over to the hall and there's nothing. She opens the door, there's nothing. She thinks, all right, it's fine. She sits back down, starts knitting again. And there's a loud knocking on the door. "Where is my hand?" She once again starts looking around the room and she looks at the fireplace, and above it, the hand is still there. So she gets up and looks, and it looks like that it's starting to rain. She walks around her house and still there is no one there. She is all alone in her home. She closes the door, starts wondering to herself as she sits down and continues to knit. And again, she hears even louder, "Where is my hand?" She's now frantic. She looks in the kitchen. She looks in the living room. She's going between room to room. Eventually, she looks at the fireplace. Everything looks normal. What is going on? Then she feels like something is moving behind her. The hand. Did it move? No, it couldn't have. It wouldn't have, right? She sits back down. She starts knitting, but she gives up. She puts it to the side. She's too nervous. It's too much for her. She looks around nervously. The hand. What's going on with the hand? Is it moving? Did I really see that? She gets up, takes one step, closer and closer to the hand. She's now right at the shelf, eye level with the hand, looking around, looking for any sign. The hand is completely still. She starts inspecting it more and more. She removes the glass casing around it, and it gets her. And that's my story.
The end. Did you guys all enjoy our story? Perfect. Now, Wednesday Adams, you can come back. Wednesday, Wednesday, where are you? Wednesday. Hmm.
Hello, I'm back. So, what's going on?
Oh,
What's wrong?
what?
What's wrong? You're looking at me weird.
I don't know.
I'm Wednesday.
Never mind.
Hmm. I don't know what's wrong. Oh my goodness. My hair. No, it's different. Well, I was Wednesday. But anyways, I still have the lipstick. See? Still matches, right? Okay. I just want to thank you all so much for being involved with this. Your experiences and stories. I've enjoyed listening to them all and all your different questions as well. I want to let you know that we do have more information online about our Deaf Awareness Week, and we have more information at the DHHSC website for anything else that you might want to know about our community, what's going on in it. Please support our Deaf and Hard of Hearing Services Center if you can. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye. All
It's me
right.
again. Perfect. Okay, it looks like it is 7:59 or 7:56. We have 4 more minutes. What do you want?
Well, are we really done? Are you sure we can't have more? Okay. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the stories that you got to see here tonight. Thank you to Gabrielle, Carla, and everyone else who was able to share your experiences. And I hope to see all of you, our friends, next year at the next Deaf Awareness Week event. Thank you. Would you like to add anything?
Yes. Okay, yes, sorry, I'm back. I hope you all enjoyed and we'll continue to come back next year. And I hope you guys all can give us some more ideas and we can just add to it and we can just continue working and working and to invite all of you. I just wanted to say the panel, thank you all so much for joining and coming at this time. We really enjoyed learning all of your stories and your different cultures and the different backgrounds that you guys come from. So, and then all of you guys there on YouTube online, thank you for adding your comments. We enjoyed listening to them. It was great, right?
Yes, most definitely. 100%.
All right, 2 more minutes. So soon this will all be done. And then it is time to go. 2 more minutes. No, I'm so sad. I'm
Is
so
everyone
tired too.
sure? Is everyone sure there's no more that they want to share? We'll definitely come back again next year. We're going to keep doing this every year. This is an annual event.
But please don't forget to watch for the next upcoming events. And then there's some next week and the following weeks. And so watch online for the events. Save that day, invite your friends, your family, anybody who's deaf, hard of hearing, learning sign, who's trying to communicate, staff, your coworkers, please watch out for those events and connect with anybody for Deaf Awareness Week and
Definitely.
spread that out.
Yeah, share it with everyone that you associate with if you can.
At those events, there's two that'll be coming up.
BDF, right? That one's coming up. Oh, yeah. The Valley Deaf Festival.
Yep, VDF. Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Let's
letter, stamp
go.
it, mark it on your calendar, and save it. For VDF, we want everybody to come, everybody from all over. Please come and join. It'd be amazing. So that was the first one. And now the second one, what is it? I'm
What
sure
is it?
you all know.
What?
Okay, so the second one, I'll give it to you guys. It's on Tuesday. Do you know when it's going to start?
It starts from now until December 3rd. Do you know what it is?
No, not now.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm wrong. What was it? Oh, next
Next
week.
week. Next week. Next
Oh,
week.
that I see.
Okay. Perfect. And then again, this ad will show all the next upcoming events.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. See you all again sometime.